you know, Harstem, I was talking with Katz, who, by the way, mentioned the same exact thing about like how he thought NA was better, and I was like, "That's a take, my dude." But
Welcome back to Ranked Roulette, powered by VIP Grinders, your professional poker partner and affiliate. Today's guest is a true professor of StarCraft 2 and will be grading your replays without any mercy. Give it up for ZombieGrubs. And on the other side, our host who really could need some tutoring in StarCraft 2, Harstem. Feel free to guess along, good luck, and enjoy. Round 1.
How's your knowledge of the lower levels of the European server?
that's a good question. The European server is something I'm not really familiar with. I do cast a lot of subscriber replays, though. I assume that they might all be from North America. I think some of them are European. It's about the same. It's fine.
Yeah, it's about the same. It's funny, actually. Katz was the first person that said that America is actually better. And everyone else just kind of accepted that Europe is better. So Katz, it's some interesting thoughts about that. He did all right, so maybe there's something there. This is an interesting opener, by the way. The Marauder into the armory on the Widow Mine. I think this is armor before +1 attack, or am I mistaken here?
I can't tell until the upgrades pop up in the overlay. But, I mean, unless he got it in like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
I guess it is as well.
Armor first. I like the Spore move here, though. This is some a surgical operation to get the Widow Mine gone. You gotta be kidding me. He'll get it.
Okay.
Pure Marauder, Widow Mine. Yeah, it's something I haven't seen before. There is concussive shells, which does help, I guess. And the armor, I'm not quite sure why that is, but I feel like the Terran has done this build a lot before, He has his stuff that he does. He gets the armor first, he gets the mines. He has a build order, and he doesn't have that much money. There's not that much cash in the bank.
I was going to point that out as well. Like, he's actually doing pretty well. And I don't know, in my experience, it seems like Zergs are the ones that are going to be floating a bit more cash in the lower leagues than their opponents. So I feel like I already have an idea of what league this is, but I guess I can't say it. But this is not at all surprising to me. Marauders are like chunky, easy to use. Feels like they tank a billion banelings we see here. And then Widow Mines are fun, first of all, and then second of all, a lot of people consider them overpowered. So.
Especially at the lower levels, right?
Exactly.
All right, let's throw in our answers. All right, I'll tell you first. I went for Plateau.
Hey, so did I.
Ah, really? Why? What was the the deciding factor here?
I actually have someone that very consistently sends me replays who has a very similar style, and I know they're in platinum, so.
And then you figured
felt like deja vu to me, actually.
Just go in the middle, in between 1 and 3. I was thinking it might be diamond because there could just be a mismatch, and the Terran did look pretty okay, at least in the macro part. But then I recalled that I don't think the micro was great. Like the mine split wasn't there. The Marauders didn't really get controlled much either. And then the unit composition was so bad and the build order like not that great that I figured I don't think this would survive all the way to plat. But we'll see. Spin the wheel, hamster. Shows what we got. It could be lower as well. I'm just not sure. Oh! Diamond
I
2.
should have gone with diamond.
Wow. I actually didn't... I wonder why that is. Like, it's really tricky, but... There is like... He didn't have that much money. I can see that. But then on the other hand, it's like, well, the composition makes absolutely no sense. And the build order wasn't tight either. I feel like most people in Diamond 2 have like slightly better build orders, no?
Oh, I don't think so.
No.
I don't know about that. There's still a lot of areas when it comes to Diamond, to be honest. I was kind of thinking like Diamond 3, and I was like maybe Plat 1, but I played it too safe, man. Yeah. It's like constantly what I tell people too. I'm always using this show as an example when people are like, this can't possibly be X or Y. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure Ranked Roulette has just proven to the world that no one can accurately guess people's ranks.
It's really tricky.
Round 2.
Oh. Ooh, look at that wall. That's not how it's supposed to be. That is not how that wall's... And that's... What is the Terran doing? Second Rex in the main?
It's attempting it.
Yeah, I guess that's something as well. But then this build order also kind of makes me cringe a
Oh, and a
little bit.
recall? I feel like that's fancy.
I don't hate it. I also don't like it. I don't like the second gate one bit. This is the one thing I see very often at lower levels, is where they get a second gate at like when Warp Gate just started, and then they don't use the gateway before Warp Gate finishes, so there's just an idle gateway for 40 seconds. That actually pisses me off a little bit. Where did the Reaper go? He also doesn't know.
We lost track of it. All right, well, it's still alive, apparently.
Or a second Reaper. Hellions? Okay, this is not a build order again. Is this higher level, you think, than last game?
I'm actually wondering if it is. The fact that the Protoss tried to wall, recalled a probe, and then actually tries to micro with the depths on the front line, like, either higher level or someone who watches a lot of pro games and then doesn't really understand what they're doing. They just kind of like go along with emotions.
Yeah, I think the micro is probably too good. The problem is that both the build orders were just objectively not very good. Right? Like one person opened with 2 barracks, Reaper, Marauder, and the other one opened with 3 gate before any tech. And this SimCity also is... This looks like a PvZ. I just don't understand what's happening. So they have...
Like, the resources are kind of low, but... Oh no, don't do this. Okay, alright, he's good. That's not too surprising. Yeah, the resources are low. Upgrades are good, too. I mean, they're clearly, like, nowhere close to being maxed out at 10 minutes, but...
Like, their mechanics are better, but I'm not even... Well, the strategies, I'm not even sure. Probably also slightly better. And let's put our guesses in, I guess. I went for Masters 3. Masters 3.
I can see how you went with that. I still want Diamond 2.
Diamond 2 again? But the control was actually so much better. The problem is that last game might just be like a freak accident, you know, where 2 players play against each other that are like low Diamond 2, and this was high Diamond 2. But this actually, like, the control was so much better. The adept kiting, the Hellion control as well on the main base, to me, was just infinitely better, no?
It was good. Yeah. I was paying much more attention to, like, the supplies and the upgrades, and the supply in particular in the SimCity, so I don't know, see who's right.
Did Terran start with armor this time?
I didn't actually look at it. I think he had both upgrades at the very least at the end.
Yeah, I think so too. I didn't see if he started with armor though, but it's possible. All right, you spin the wheel, hamster. I'm genuinely curious. It was such a weird game. Both these games have been pretty odd though. But I think lower.
Wow. I am surprised by that. I actually 100% was on board the narrative that was as good as or a bit better than the previous player, and just like different skills, right? Because some people can have like really good macro but really bad micro, really good control, but then they don't know any builds. But to be worse, it's actually, I'm surprised by that.
Yeah, I'm genuinely a bit shocked. I kind of knew it wasn't going to be Masters 3 because it didn't feel like Mastery level, but if you compare it to that last game, I'm like, it just felt better, but maybe, I don't know, maybe I'm missing something. Plat, man, this is way lower than I thought it would be. Actually way lower. Holy crap.
Round 3.
I feel like ZVZ is going to be very difficult to tell.
Is it though? Like the control here on the links is good. No? I feel like... I don't know.
It's about what I would expect from like anyone like gold above, honestly.
No. A gold player would have kept right-clicking that hatchery, I think. Oh, that first link was way too far forward.
I think it's a lot more about what they're doing behind all the control, right? And the fact that they're actually making units behind it. It's decent. It's okay supply at 7 minutes, I guess.
1k minerals, though, in the bank. And 44 workers. And this guy has a macro hatch on 2 base. All right.
And he's the roach player, too.
That's actually impressive. There's actually both of them have a macro hatchery on 2 base.
I feel like that makes it a little more sense for the guy trying to go Ling Muta. Like, maybe he lost his third because, like...
Yeah.
I don't know. Just be looking at the... Okay.
I think that hatchery actually recently went down because it's still building. So I don't know. I'm also surprised this game's still going on, no?
Well, man, it's really hard to kill someone who's trying to... I mean, eventually it should be won by, I guess, opponent, but I don't know. I'm saying with it, I feel like CVZ should be really hard to call. Because I really feel like this is a game where the look at me player might be killed, opponent's third base, then like retreated, so it's very deceiving when we just get the snippets. But the control kind of gives me a feeling as to what it is.
Honestly, after the last game, I don't even want to guess anymore. I feel like I lost my juju, my vibe. I just don't have it. I can't get any leak out of this. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Like, they play build orders that make no sense. Their control is semi-okay, but not great. But I'm comparing it in my head to these last two replays, and I'm thinking, this is a lot worse than the second one, but it's probably better than the first one. Except the second one was worse than the first one. So my entire benchmarking is all messed up. I actually have no clue what to do anymore. If I was allowed to call it quits, this would be the episode. But sadly, then Amster would get very upset with me. So I'll put in my third guess as well. Don't worry.
Yeah, I feel like I'm going to be just really off. Like, I'm going to give my guess, but I'm just preparing for it to be super bad. Okay.
What do you have?
I gave Diamond 2.
Diamond 2? Wait, is that the third time you give Diamond 2? No, you went for...
I was Plat 2 on the first one.
Right. Okay, I went for Gold 1. I think this, first of all, before we spin, this really shows that these games make no sense with how far apart we are from each other. I think we're both reasonably intelligent. Perhaps you slightly more reasonably intelligent than I am, but still, and it's just difficult. These are difficult.
Yeah, because I was actually going to go with Gold maybe, and then that's when I was like, wait, I really have to think about this. Like, I find ZVZs extraordinarily hard to tell, especially if it's different styles as well, like mutas versus roaches, because those games always get super weird and just because we only have snippets. I don't really know how the game went, but all right, I'm ready to see what it is.
Technically, it could still be Rogue versus Dark, albeit somewhat unlikely. All right, Hamster, spin the wheel.
Would either one of them have pushed into that third like that?
I don't know. It's hard to say. We don't know until we try it.
It's close. It's close. I'm happy with that. I actually thought it was going to be so off.
This is going to be my worst score ever, I think. This is awful. Nice. I'm just completely out of it.
Harstem, I was talking with Katz, who, by the way, mentioned the same exact thing about how he thought NA was better. And I was like, that's a take, my dude. But he was saying, he was like, oh, I did rank roulette. And I was like, oh, yeah, I have to do mine, a bit later. He was like, okay, just don't do better than me. So my goal is literally just to do better than Katz. So I hope I achieved it.
We'll see about that. I for sure know that I won't be doing better than Katz or doing better than you. I think at this point it's going to be really tricky for that, but it is what it is.
Round 4.
This person doesn't just die to a 12 pool. Alright, I already know what leagues I'm not going with. Microing that?
Just got taken out. That was a good block, by the way. That was a good block. Needs to cancel the gateway. That'd be high. Oh! Actually, Toss is behind after this defense. Too many batteries that are completely useless. So it's not super high level defense, but it's an okay defense. Next is so late. If Zerg had transitioned out of this properly, Zerg should be light years ahead, honestly.
Oh, we have actual builds.
Yeah. This is builds. Oh god, I know. Yeah. This is great to watch, isn't it? This is what StarCraft's all about. Look at that. Adepts finishing a shade. +1 air weapons on the way. This is high level. Oh, Queen Walk. This is Lambo.
Yeah. I was gonna say, this is clearly super high level. It's completely a professional game. A stasis trap, which is actually used and is effective.
Yeah. Well, the second part, a little bit less, but yeah. Probably makes it slightly lower level if it's this effective. I think you actually have to try hard to get more than 7 roaches in a stasis, but this Zerg did manage. Toss wins, right? It's floating a crap
think so,
ton,
yeah.
by the way.
Yeah, but they have been defending for like probably a full minute, right?
Yeah. It is tricky. Well, actually, what if Zerg takes out all the workers here? And then you kill like a base, then at home you build more queens and a Hydra then. This is exactly how Lambo would have transitioned out of it. I'm still going with the theory that this might be Lambo's American account. I've seen him transition out of this enough times against myself to know this is what he likes to do. He threw down an Evo chamber though.
It could be Lambo, or it could be any amount of Lambo fans that come in and say that you guys are the greatest commentators of all time, and they need to watch both of you all the time, and only you guys as well. Like, it could be just a big, hardcore Lambo fan.
That is definitely a possibility as well. These are, their numbers are fast. All right, let's just put in the answers.
I was actually going to give them a lot of credit, but I'll pull back a little bit.
What do you get?
Masters 3.
Masters 2. Yeah, I was even debating going to Masters 1 because I'm like, they are Americans, they do get that bonus league. But then I was like, I think this already pushing it here with Masters 2. Maybe Masters 3 would have been better, but you never know. You know, them North Americans, 1 second you think it's Masters 3 and all of a sudden it's low GM. So we'll have to see what kicks off here. All right.
Fair enough.
Spin the wheel, hamster. Show us what we got. I already know I can't win no more. It's awful. At least let me get this one right.
Ooh,
there
you
we
did.
go.
Right on it.
Yeah. Nah, ending it on a positive note. This was a rough episode, honestly. For me, this was the hardest because I think I did the worst out of any episode I played it. So this is freaking hard. Wow, sick.
It's tough. I will continue to use this as an example as to how no one ever can guess ranks. Ever.
Yeah. It is quite hard. All right, hamster. Tell us the score, please. What happened?
The points, starting with Harstem, who actually came really close to the all-time high of Rotterdam. 18 points.
Good Lord. Oh, yeah. That's actually really high. That's really bad. Oh,
shit.
Yeah, crap. At least I wasn't worse than Rotti still. That's nice to know, but holy cow.
Is he just like the highest score of all time
it's like
currently?
22, I think. 21?
22.
22,
Okay.
yeah.
All right, well, get Fear Dragon on. He'll intentionally try to be worse than Roddy and accidentally be better.
Yeah, it's possible. It actually will be possible.
And today's guest halving Rotti's points with 11.
Darn.
Yikes.
I should have gone with my gut with the first one, man.
Wait, what was the one with what was your gut on the first one? Your gut was Diamond 3? And you end up with Plat 2.
It was. And then I was like, oh no, I think I'm giving too much credit. And I pulled back.
Yeah. This game actually is really easy in hindsight because you know all the leaks. So I wouldn't recommend playing it like that. It's too much. You actually did a good score though. 11 is not bad, especially on this one. This actually was a really, really rough episode. Last week we saw a rather special PvP played by Noob. A little bit of carrier harass, some cannon rushing, some gas stealing, copious amounts of cannons, and well, let's see what I had to say about it last week. It's actually sick. If this would have cut off before I would have seen the last scene where I was floating 3k, I think I might have actually gone for a relatively high guess, but there at the end things just really crumbled. I think this can only be one thing, and that is going to be Platinum 2. One of the harder guesses for me personally, I ended up going for P2, and the community also with a very split vote ended up going for Gold 1. Let's see who's right, once and for all. Not me, but also not the community. And even though I know this is technically not good for me, I'm just happy that these smug little clowns in my community for once aren't correct. So for that, you get a thumbs up. All right, nice.
Round 7.
I love Terra versus Zerg on Europe, man. Oh my god, look at this guy controlling his Reaper. Holy crap. And it's a 2-Rex, a 2-1-1. A 2-1, not a 2-rex. 2-1. And this is a 2-base lair. So, and he's trying to hide the fact that he's going for a Hydra then. I feel like it might be better to show that you're going for a Hydra then because it confuses your opponent so much. And now he's just gonna die to a push. A Lurker! It's 2-base Nidus Lurker. Okay, this is not a strategy. But these players aren't bad. I think the Terran is trolling. Oh, sorry, the Zerg is trolling. And the Terran is confused. Wait, it's Swarm Host. Swarm Host, Lurker, Nidus. Good lord, this is a build, huh? It's actually doing damage. I've never seen this in my life. A lot of money though for the Zerg. I love that the Terran is struggling with this. He's fighting with the Marines rather than running away. It's not good. It's really not good. You probably should just be pulling back these medevacs as well to just go find the Swarm Host Nidus. Even though I guess the drop is doing fine. 49 works to 32. Problem is he can't really saturate his third base yet. Honestly, these guys aren't bad. They're just floating a little bit. But they're not bad. This is a semi-high level game. Oh jeez, this Zerg has a crap ton of money though. And this Terran just doesn't kill the knight. He's still on 2 base. Oh, there was a proxy base in the top left, I see. As there's 2 extractors left. Why is he building mines against Lurker Swarm Host? That has to be a mistake. There's just no way that that is the correct call. Like, in no way. Ah, he had to lift his CC. I was like, wait, why does the third have a planetary? And then I realized. I'm wondering if I'm better than this with my Terran, and I am afraid that I might not be. This guy looks pretty fast. Okay, I'm actually not sure. This was high-level gameplay with lower-level strategies and quite a bit of money floating, but overall the gameplay level was so high.
Guess now through the link in the video description. With ZombieGrub not making it to the finals, Cats is our third set finalist and it's looking real good for NA's revenge. But will Korea make an appearance in the finals? Find out next week.